What's up, goodies? Welcome back to your girl channel and to my kitchen, how to cook. And today we are making creamy cheesy coconut salmon in the kitchen. Fast, easy and simple. Make sure you subscribe, goodie, if you have not, and turn the post notification on so you won't miss another upload. And for all of my returning goodie, guess what? Una don't know son of girl loving her. Una ready for cook? Come on, let's cook.
Look what prayer can do. Hypocrite and bad mind must slow. The same amount would cheer for you, and the same one them would turn round and boo. Yeah, prayer me I use and win. Prayer me I use and win.
Okay, goodies, are you ready for cook? Welcome back to cook now. We have our fish here. We're using salmon today, and it is washed with salt, lemon juice, and vinegar. I did let my salmon soak for a few minutes in the vinegar, okay? But you could skip that process. But make sure your fish washed nice and clean. Now for this recipe, I am going to use the skin on. Of course, you could remove the skin part of the fish if you so please, but I'm keeping mine on for extra added moisture on the inside. Now what I did here was add a little bit of sesame seed oil, any one of your choice. Then sprinkled with a little bit of salt here. Added some black pepper to it, and then I added some fish seasoning. The fish seasoning that I'm using here is the Grace one, but of course you could always substitute that out for whatever it is that you have. Now I'm using some green seasoning here, and this is an homemade green seasoning that I made, and I do have the recipe for that. So I would in fact list it in the description bar below, so you go ahead and check out how I made this particular green seasoning recipe. Now all I'm doing here is rubbing in this green seasoning into the other spices that I added to the fish, and I'm going to let it sit for nothing more than 15 minutes. 15 minutes is good enough. You don't have to overdo it. 15 minutes will work just fine. Now moving right along, in my pan here I added about 1 tablespoon of unsalted butter. All right, then to the butter I added about 2 tablespoons of the sesame seed oil. I'm using 4 cloves of garlic here and just a pinch of fresh ginger. Of course, you could substitute out the fresh ginger for powdered ginger or whatever is it that you have in your kitchen. But make sure you add some ginger to the recipe, right? Now, all I'm doing here, I'm just going to give it a nice little chop here and add it into the recipe, okay? Now, you might say you don't have the fresh garlic. Go ahead and add the bottle one. It doesn't matter. But if you are going to use the bottle one, you want to be sure that you have at least maybe about 2 tablespoons of the chopped garlic from the bottle, but this one works pretty fine. It gives it a lot more flavor, so I suggest if you have garlic cloves, it is better for this recipe if that's what you have. Now good, if you're still watching me here, be sure that you subscribe to the channel, y'all. Turn your post notification, because I notice so now watching videos them and about now get the videos and my thumbs up and now thumbs up the video for my man, real talk. All right, now moving right along, I went ahead and added a half amount of the chopped garlic and the ginger that I just chopped with the butter here, okay? You want to leave some of it for later on and you'll see why. Now be sure that your fire here is turned on a medium-high heat. Do not turn the fire up too high because you're going to kill the recipe, all right? Kill it flat. Now what I'm doing here, I'm just going to go ahead and lay my fish face down, skin up. All right, this way you're sure that the fish on the inside will be very, very, very moist. After about, I'd say 2 minutes at tops, you're going to go back in and you are going to turn the fish on the other side. Now I didn't waste my marinade. If you have marinade left in your container, just go ahead and just throw it in. That's extra flavor, right? But after 2 minutes, you go in and you turn the fish on the other side very, very delicately. Oh my goodness, delicately. Big word. Yes, honey. So go ahead and turn the fish on that side and allow it to cook for an additional 2 minutes. Now, right in this process, you're only going to cook this fish for a total of 4 minutes. 2 on one side, 2 on the other side, and you'll see why if you continue to watch the recipe until the very end. But as you can notice here, the fish is still not cooked thoroughly. on the inside, as you can see. I'm going to show you at a closer glance what I mean and why you should cook this fish for only 2 minutes on one side and 2 on the other side. If you look really good right there, it still needed to be cooked a little bit more, but you don't want to cook it all the way through here because it's going to be overcooked, goodie. Please go ahead and follow the recipe as I'm showing you here, okay? 2 minutes on one side, 2 minutes on the other side, 4 minutes total right here. And then all you're going to do here is remove them from the pan. Do not cook it for nothing more past 4 minutes. By a timer, make sure you have it only cooked for 4 minutes. Now moving right along here, you're going to go back in that same pan, and I added about 2 to 3 tablespoons of the unsalted butter, and I added the remainder of the garlic and the ginger chopped to that. It is going to release the flavor of the fish that we just cooked right there, okay? That's all it's doing, honey. It's going to bust up in a flavor, all right? Now, what I did was go back in and added about 2 more tablespoons of my homemade green season honey. Yes, boo. Now, they do sell green season in the stores. If you can't find it in the stores, you could go on Amazon, you'll find it there. But add some green season to the recipe, all right? It's going to do magic to the recipe. Now, here I've added some heavy whipping cream here, okay? Heavy whipping cream here. And again, I'm going to list everything that I'm using here for the recipe. Don't worry yourself. Now I'm adding some flavor here, so I put a little bit of black pepper and some more of that fish seasoning. I didn't go overboard with it, but I did spice it up with just a little bit of all-purpose seasoning, not a lot. Now here is a trick. You want to make sure that you have your yum yum sauce, all right? You could find it in your supermarket, Walmart, or anywhere there near you. If not, you could get it on Amazon, baby. Them have yum yum sauce over there. Now I added maybe about 2 to 3 tablespoons of the yum yum sauce. Yes, goodie. Go ahead and throw it all up in that good sauce here. Flavor galore. Now with your fire still at the medium heat, you're going to go in and give it a nice little stir here. Nice little stir, okay? And don't allow this thing to burn. Medium heat only. You don't want to cook it too fast, all right? Now once again, goodie, make sure you subscribe to my channel, and if you have not, please go ahead and do so right now. Now what I'm doing here, I'm adding some lemon juice from the bottle. You could add fresh lemon if you that's what you have, but make sure you add some lemon to it. This is a dried coconut, and I'm using the unsweetened dried coconut here, flakes, right? Pour it all in there, and again, I'm going to list everything that I'm using for the recipe, and the amounts will be in the description part of this video. Now I'm choosing to use fresh spinach here. Now if you don't have fresh one here like I'm using, go ahead and add frozen one, add canned one, but you do need spinach for the recipe. Now go ahead and give all that a good stir in, mix in with everything that you have added here, okay? Be sure to taste as you go along, so that way you ensure that it has the flavor that you also want, okay? You might not like the things that me add, but don't take away too much of it because it's going to kill the recipe, right? Okay, now goodies. Moving right along, you're going to go and add the fish into the sauce. You see how it's a bubble? Nice? Yes. Now what you're doing here is cooking the remainder of the fish. Remember, you only cooked it for 4 minutes total. It is not cooked all the way through. Now you don't want to overcook it for sure, but you don't want to undercook it either. So we are going to assure that it is cooked on the inside. So after you place your fish in that good sauce, you go ahead and you pour your most favorite cheese. I'm using sharp cheddar here. Just go ahead and add whatever kind of a cheese that you so choose you want to have that you like in your kitchen, right? Just sprinkle it on and just be generous with your cheese. And then it's going to start to come along. You're going to have that smell. The aroma from the coconut flakes is starting to release onto the cheese. And honey, again, you're going to get some of that good coconut flakes and just drizzle on top of that cheese, honey. Do not cover your pot, y'all. This recipe is done uncovered the entire process, okay? the entire process. But be sure that your stove top is at a medium heat here. Ooh la la, the thing is divine. Allow it to cook for an additional 3 minutes at the most. The longer you cook your salmon, it's the harder it's going to get, and it's going to lose its moisture. Listen, you are all done here. Now I'm serving it up here, and honey, look at that sauce. That sauce is immaculate. It's filled with flavor, that coconut smell, that aroma from the coconut, and the spices that's on there is giving it all the life that it's also needed here. And that sauce is just drizzled all the way down, and I did go back and add some of that extra cheese. And honey baby child, yes, boo 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 boo, look how tender that fish there is. Nice and tender, honey, sweet all the way from out to inside. And let me tell you, I forget this one a try, because y'all gonna love this recipe. Served on rice, served on potato, served on spaghetti, served on pasta, served on whatever it is that you like. That sauce, honey, is amazing, off the chain. You're going to love this recipe. Just be sure that you are in fact sharing these recipes with friends and family. Don't be selfish with this recipe, you know. Go ahead and share it to all your social media, honey. Tell a friend for tell a friend. Okay, look on that. Look at that, y'all. Just look at that. This one is going to be so lovable for all of my fish lovers. Alright, I saw it there. Okay, now share the love, like I said before. Don't be selfish with it. And after you get doing all of that, tell me what you want to see me cook next in my kitchen. And remember, as always, from my kitchen to your kitchen. Enjoy!